Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my live RMO show back here on my YouTube channel. Now I'm gonna go right to it. The theme of our show today is Jangan Panic. I was actually gonna do it and then I said better not because I thought I got the wrong signage. Alright, so of course today's topic is all about Jangan Panic. Charity starts from home. Everyone can do their part in beating COVID-19, be it staying at home, staying safe and practicing social distancing, and also donating or volunteering or just creating awareness on helping the community. So whatever it is, again, as I've mentioned so many times, this is a pandemic, but it has the blessing. More and more people are becoming community doers. Volunteers in Malaysia also have come together as a community to crowdsource the use of 3D printers and other methods to make much needed face shields for those fighting the spread of COVID-19. So this is another group of people who are doing their bit to help meet the demand for the single-use disposable PPE. PPE, yeah, that's right. So a Facebook page was set up, in fact a few, that gets a little bit tricky here, to be able to coordinate such 3D printing efforts for these facials. And I'll be talking to Adrian Wong from TeaMa Face Shield, who has his own group. We're going to try and call him up also in just a bit. Alright, so let's see if we can get him. I'm going to find out how they're doing so far since they first started out, admittedly with different groups back in about a month ago. And I think one of his biggest concerns is actually that these actual face shields, which are recyclable, are being thrown away. So let's see if we have Adrian Wong, coordinator of TeaMa. Hi Adrian.
Hi Daphne.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I don't see you though. Can you see?
Mine.
Oh, there you go. Hey. All right. So thank you for joining us on my live RMO show. I know there's a bit of there was a bit of trickiness because when I found out about your effort, it was actually based on this Malay Mail article with face shields in short supply. Malaysians bring 3D printers into COVID-19 fight. There's been a community of you 3D printers who have come together. To cut the long story short, now you are heading or coordinating for TeaMa for COVID-19. First and foremost, how did it go about? I mean, what actually started? How did they approach you, or you guys suggested when you found out about frontliners not getting enough face shields? What's the story?
So it started with a buddy of mine from Pai Masjid, another hackathon that I joined, and so his wife was actually a frontliner in nice drink. Was actually a frontliner at we're doing a live. Say hi, Mika.
Hello.
Hi, Mika.
Hi, Mika.
Hi, Mika.
Hi, Mika.
Yeah, so Nur Faiz's wife was actually a frontliner in Hospital Sedang, and so on his Facebook feed, he was actually looking at printables already because he owns a 3D printer.
Right.
And so he was already looking at the N95 masks, he was looking at the face shields. And so having a spouse being at the frontliner, I have one of things. And so having a wife at the frontliner and knowing that she's battling this war for Malaysia, and knowing that coming home to no, it's okay. Coming home to coming home to a family. My son bringing all the props for me. Yeah. So.
I'm also showcasing the one that you shared with me. This is, I think, an interview that you guys had.
Yes,
so
and so this is the two guys that were initially in the group. They formed their own chapter in Kajang.
Okay.
So on the right is Alan from Drum Kajang, and on the left is we call him Langse. Because when he did his YouTube video, there's always a curtain behind him.
Okay.
So yeah, Langse was the first guy that actually did videos for the group, and he was the one that did the video on how to actually clip the plastic A4 sheets onto the A4 sheets onto the face shield.
Okay.
And so this is actually drone gajangs there. So what they do is they have a template to punch the holes. And so how we made it and the team made it was we wanted something that was easily scalable across the nation. So that's him folding the A4, and then you can use everyday hole puncher to just punch the 4 holes, and then you can easily just put it on the face shield.
This is basically like a guide for all the other printers around who want to assist on this like a SOP of how it should be done, or what is it?
I think the true nature of open source is the fact that you can do whatever you want with it, and it's open source, meaning that you can download the files, put your name on it, and then just push it out. And so this was something that we did for the community, and so what happens is that it was something that we took on from 3D Versten. I have a problem pronouncing it. It's actually someone from Europe that came up with the design. And so we copied the design because it was open source, and then we basically innovated from there.
Right.
And their design has a covering over here. Ours has a hole over here. Reason being is because it gives you that sponge effect.
Okay. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, how are you funding these raw materials?
And so this is what they call a filament or a spool. Most of the raw ingredients, one of it comes from USA, and it goes all the way to China, and then they come up with spools like this. This is they call it a PLA 1.75 mm.
Yeah.
This is about a kilo. This has become a commodity today because we started buying them at 55 ringgit. Today it's about 90 ringgit per kilo. Back to your question on how we funded this, we actually got donors to actually donate money. We collected somewhere between 60 to 70,000 ringgit, and we've actually bought 600 kilos of these and pushed it out to across Malaysia.
Okay.
And so we have about 200 owners of printers from anywhere between 1 printer to 10 printers at home, including Sabah and Sarawak.
Wow.
Sabah is being done by Idham and his gentleman friends at Kinabalu Coders. They have meetings every day at 11 a.m.
And they're doing all this voluntarily, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody is not paid in this whole big picture.
So all proceeds are just for the raw material, right?
Yes, raw material, logistics, and prototyping. We've been prototyping a lot of other stuff for the COVID-19 war, not just the face shields. And so yeah, that's one of it. That's actually an extender to the face mask, because most of the doctors that are yeah, this is a letter by Dr. Victor. So most of the face mask and the N95 mask has a string that goes through your ear, right? So for people with tudung, how do you expect them to wear, right? So it's a challenge, right? So do you wear it inside and then wear your tudung, and then do you take out and then do you take out your tudung first, and then the face? So a lot of these kind of
challenges that you
challenges. So that thing that you see just now on the back of Facebook is actually the extender.
Oh, these are the extenders.
Yeah. So what you do is you wear it at the back, and then you wear the face mask, either the 95 or the N95 or the face mask, which is a surgical mask, and then you that's the Sabah guys in the Star newspaper.
Your concern right now is you guys made at least over 30,000 face shields.
Yeah, 30 to 40,000.
And it's reusable, but then they're running low again in supply. So you have a feeling that they've not been washing it and stuff. Is it? Do you think is it because you guys didn't inform them, or?
Yeah. So we've been working on a very distributed model, meaning to say that we don't. As much as we can, we don't interfere with the local chapters.
Right.
And so it's distributed in such a way that there's a team lead. And so I gather information from the team lead and stock supplies and filaments and whatnot. And so what happens on the ground is that the same healthcare workers are always asking for more.
Right.
And so we were like on the ground, was like, hey, you guys are supposed to wipe it down, dunk it in sanitizer, dry it, and then reuse it, right? And so the reason why we get numbers like 100 from each hospital or clinic is that we know that there are 3 departments that solely need this, which is ambulance services, COVID, and the emergency, right? And in each of these departments, there are about 30 staff.
Okay.
And that's one shift, so that's 90. And they work at 3 shifts, okay? So that's 300, okay? So that's why we get numbers like 100 to 1,000, because that's basically the, you know, I mean, 100 is just bare minimum for the frontliners in the hospitals, right? And so we've been getting feedback that the same people have been requesting for them because they've been throwing away. Why is because there have been people who have been also donating face shields that are made out of sponges that you see as well.
So that's why they get mixed up, because sponges, yes, it is, you have to throw it away,
so
right?
they think that, you know, these are the same face shields which are the sponges and the glue guns and the shields, and those are one-time use only.
Right.
But having said that, I know of some hospitals, which I shan't mention names, that actually reuse those sponge face shields as well. Yeah, this is the one. Very cute little girl. No, sorry, this is also a printable. Yeah.
This is a printable one,
Yeah, there are a few videos if you Google face shield that are
I know which one you mean. The foam one will be the one that you have to throw away. The blue one that's a bit foamy. So the ones with the plastic, the one that you guys make, is the one that can be washed, right?
Yeah.
So
in
that's
fact, the ones that are by the pharmaceuticals and the suppliers are actually one-time use as well.
Okay.
So those are so coming from an industry perspective, it's already a one-time use to throw away, and here we are being you know, amateurs who use 3D printers for prototyping are telling you, hey, this is reusable. Then they go like, it's not their norm anymore, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's the message that we want to send across, is that these face shields are reusable. So if you look at Dr. Victor's presentation letter, Dr. Victor is actually from PPUM, or better known as UMMC in English.
When he says they've tested it, they use the face shields. It's very light, very comfortable. It still needs to pass fit testing by frontliners. But they probably it's safe to be used by the low risk frontliners.
Low risk, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got people using it in high risk areas as well.
Right.
Which we tell them not to, because of this gap that you see over here.
Yeah.
So this gap, when you put a plastic sheet over it, we ran out of plastic sheets in Malaysia, just for information. We've ran out of filaments in Malaysia as well. Okay. We're getting about 78 kilos from Ingbo in Singapore as of today. They've made some donations to us. So it's really remarkable how everyone is coming together, not just in Malaysia.
How transparent are you? I think that's some of the concerns that people may have, because there's donations involved. I mean, yeah, we see the products, but
yeah. So I'm proud to announce that we'll be raising funds through My Harapan.
Okay.
My Harapan has come on board, and so they are an NGO. My Harapan will come on board for both fundraising as well as the nationwide distribution.
So that's where we can channel our donations there, is it?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
sorry.
My Harapan, yeah. And so there is another design, like I mentioned, which is closed, and it's from Europe, right? And this particular one it's NIH approved.
What's NIH? Sorry.
It's the equivalent to Ministry of Health in US or Europe.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's the closed version. And so for the ones that want to use for high risk, we need to get it out to Dr. Victor as well.
Okay, for him to test and to see if it's how it goes.
He's actually from the bioengineering. He's the man that tests all the PPEs in Malaysia. So any PPEs for the frontliners goes through him lah. So we actually have a few more products which we are still prototyping, because the war has not ended. 50 is a low number, but you never know, the 50 might go up tomorrow again if we find another cluster.
Yeah, and they say that the MCO will only be lifted if we can reach single digit. I mean, we're doing really well. I was talking to Kian earlier on, but yeah, I think we can't jump the gun so soon. We still have to take precaution, and I would like to say thank you so much for doing your part and coordinating this with everyone else. I know it gets a little bit political. Even nak buat community work pun boleh jadi political kan. Tapi that's just how it is. You do what you have to do to move forward, right? Any final words, Adrian?
Stay at home. Don't go to all the Pasar Ramadans. Go to the online ones.
Yeah, that's definitely cancelled, man.
Yeah. My wife and her best friend is coming up with Bazaar Baru, by the way.
Okay, what's that all about?
Bazaar Baru is
like an online bazaar.
It's an online bazaar.
Okay.
Minus the one-to-one. So you know these days when you buy something, only one guy picks it up and delivers to you. We are a smart locker, and it's a multi-to-one.
We might have to have a chat with your wife about this during the
That,
Ramadan. Let's do that, all right? All right, thank you so much, Adrian Wong, the coordinator of TeaMa, who is basically
Don't throw this away.
Yeah, don't throw it away.
Don't throw it away. If it ends, keep it as a souvenir.
Yeah, a phase in our life that we are able to beat this war.
Yes.
Well, we're far from it, but yes.
Daphne.
Thanks, Adrian. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Again, that was Adrian Wong from TeaMa for COVID-19. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, if you would like to donate, there's transparency there. Go to My Harapan, which is an NGO that they're working closely with. And basically, we're helping the frontliners to get these face shields, which is really, really low in supply out there. Again, the messaging here is that the face masks, the face shields that they are producing are all reusable, so you can just wash them. Again, he showed me the letter from Professor Dr. Victor, who is the dude to test out all these face shields.
Para subscriber Kinabalu coders, apa Kinabalu coders ni
I'm not sure what is. My nephew is in. Oh, okay. So Farah, you've got a family who's also doing this, perhaps doing this printing. Wow, good job. Yeah, printing this.